Listen, with the recent notes that came from Honkai Star Rail, it brought up something in me that I was like, you know, I haven't really thought about this in a while. And I used to do a series about these possibilities, but I did want to kind of talk about collaborations. Now, we see a lot of these in the Hoyoverse space, right? In a lot of Genshin and Honkai Star Rail promotional material, we see a lot of it, ranging from cell phone ads to KFC to all these different types of, you know, things. But there hasn't really been too many collabs in regards to inside the game, right? Sure, you could count, you know, Google dropping like this whole, you know, chair and table set, which unironically I bought. But I will say that ultimately I think that there's something that needs to happen. And we're going to talk about that today, as you've probably seen by the thumbnail. We're going to be talking about the collabs that have happened, or excuse me, the collab that has happened with Genshin Impact and stuff that we've seen already. Jesus Christ, hey, I'm trying to do a video here. Jets flying everywhere today. Anyways, if you like the content today, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell to be notified of when the next Genshin Impact video comes out. And of course, don't forget, I'm also sponsored by the ever wonderful Gamer Subs. That's right. Use code TYSHER for 10% off. Yes, I'm still drinking the same stuff because, you know, Cursed Energy is amazing. So if you like Jujutsu Kaisen, make sure to get yourself a tub of Cursed Energy for 10% off. So anyways, y'all, without any further delay, let's go ahead and talk about Aloy, right? like this is basically what I was thinking about, because there's only been really two collabs, right? One, or the first one, was the Aloy Horizon Zero Dawn collab with Genshin Impact, and this was to celebrate, I think, the second game that was coming out. So they wanted to do a collab with them because Genshin is on the PlayStation but is not on Xbox. So being able to tie in an exclusive character such as Aloy and her bow was pretty dang cool. However, Aloy is not that great of a character. The coolness stops with just her being in the game. Like she's really bad. She's a really bad character. But it was the fact that this was the first collab and it brought so much promise. And the only reason why I say that is because not a lot of gacha games were collabing with Horizon Zero Dawn. I think only two other ones that I like kind of remember some sort of like advertising for happened, but I don't know. I could be absolutely 100% wrong on that. However, this was big when it happened. It opened a lot of doors. But Hoyoverse didn't walk through those doors. No, they didn't even greet the people at those doors. No. They literally walked up and shut the door right back. Because what did they do for a collab the next time? They collabed with themselves. That's right. Honkai Impact 3rd, one of their pride and joy, collabed with Genshin Impact and brought Fischl and Qingque over to Honkai Impact 3rd. And you couldn't even keep Qingque. You only had Fischl, which Fischl's a cool character. I still have Fischl on my main team for Honkai Impact 3rd because I like having fun with it and I'm getting back into it. Honkai Impact 3rd is pretty sick. Let me know in the comments if you're playing Honkai Impact 3rd right now. But that was it. Those were the only two in-game collabs that Hoyoverse has done, at least to my experience. And that's between Tears of Themis. There's a Girl Z game, I think, that they have. Honkai Impact 3rd, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and heck, ZZZ, because ZZZ hasn't come out yet, and I'm almost dang sure that they're not going to collab with anybody right at the start. Even there's plenty of collabs out there that they could do. But there was something that got brought to my attention, right? Something that absolutely got brought to my attention in regards to Honkai Star Rail, and I think that this is kind of needing to be talked about. And I'm pulling it up on my side monitor here so I can bring it over here, right? There was a whole thing between the Fate series people, or Fate Grand Order, or Fate, just like Fate Stay Night, I think is what it's called, right? I can't even pull it up here. But there was an interview conducted with a member of the Hoyoverse team. I think it was like one of the big names, and then also with the Fate people, and they were talking about how they liked each other's things. Like, the people who are behind Fate are literally watching like Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact stuff, right? But the crazy thing is that there's subtle hints at Honkai Star Rail getting a Fate collab. Subtle. If you look at Clara and Svarog, from what I was reading here, because I did a little bit of research on this, I have the little article pulled up on the side here. The producer of Honkai Star Rail mentions that Clara and Svarog have some references to the dynamic of Ilya and Hercules in Fate Stay Night. So it's pretty crazy to think that that's a possibility. And ultimately, this is going to kind of be a short video, but I think that honestly, Hoyoverse needs to start thinking about collaborations. Now, there are games that just don't do collaborations and then they just fall by the wayside. There are games that do collaborations and fall by the wayside. There are games that don't do collaborations and still are doing very, very well. Like Dokkan Battle only did a collaboration with One Piece, I think it's second year, and never returned it. And you could say, yeah, but they did something with Dr. Slump, but Arale was in original Dragon Ball at some point. But what I will say, right, is that to evolve in the space of gacha games, right, I think you really need to consider collabing with other games. A big example of collaborations that work really, really well, Goddess of Victory Nikke has done great collaborations with Chainsaw Man, Nier Automata, I think is, I always mess up the name, and I hate to say it, but ReZero actually is not a bad collab now that I'm playing through it and getting all the like stuff. I don't like ReZero being a collab whore in this sense, but I do think that there is some things that Genshin Impact could really benefit from. And I think ReZero would be a good one. I think ReZero would be very funny to see as a collab. Heck, there's Seven Deadly Sins, there's Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I think that one would work really, really well. I think the dynamic between Aether and Belle would be fantastic. And like, Belle could be like, oh, you have a bunch of girls hanging around you all the time as well, huh? Like, stuff like that. Like, there's plenty of options out there that fit the Genshin Impact mold, especially with how there's like all these different worlds and stuff. And we already know that Hoyoverse has tied all the games together in some way, shape, or form with its lore. I think that they could honestly spare like once every year a collaboration. Maybe two, maybe pull a Nikke. But that's just how I feel. I think that honestly, you either need to bring back the Aloy and Devastator just so that people can have it. Or I would definitely say, like, just collab with somebody. Make this game freaking insane. Hell, Tower of Fantasy collabed with Evangelion. What? First off, how did Tower of Fantasy even get that, right? What strings did Tower of Fantasy pull to get that collaboration? I've got to know that one because that's just insane to me, right? But we are seeing massive collabs in regards to, like, you know, even the most recent thing with Genshin Impact with the One Plus. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to finally start seeing collabs. I really hope that they take that as into consideration, because I think that a collab would actually bring some hype behind it. And that would be a good change of pace, because a lot of us are just like, you just keep introducing regular characters that, you know, will always come back and blah, 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 blah. You really want to, and I hate to say this, but it's a good strategy for marketing. Is it scummy? Yes. But is it good for business? Yes, it is. FOMO, fear of missing out. If you do a collaboration, that is free money, right? So that's just me. And I would say time it with a series that's getting revamped, or, you know, something that's going on. Like, hell, if another season of Danmachi comes out, I would say Danmachi is probably one of the best ones to start out with, because it would really bring eyes to the product and be like, hey, they're collabing with a really, like, not obscure, but an anime that doesn't get a lot of collabs. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, y'all, That's really all I got for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out Gamer Subs. Use code Tyson for 10% off to get yourself some wonderful, wonderful things. And of course, you know, let me know in the comments down below. What is a collab that you want to see with Genshin Impact and why? I definitely would like to hear y'all's opinions on it. But that's going to be it for today. Love you all to death. And as always, we will catch you in the next video. Please take care and be safe.